Dogs like to bark.
Cats like to meow.
Which do you think is better? Dog or cat?
Bow wow whip-ki-yay.
Welcome back to the Gentleman's Sit Down. We are an untraditional podcast.
Trying to be traditional, gentlemen.
I am Satirius D. Lemitius.
And I'm Joshua Callahan.
Links in the descriptions below for the social medias. Hey, if you watch the video and you think you make it to the end and you like it, maybe you want to leave a like button, click. Maybe you want to leave a comment.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to
Notification
subscribe.
to the bell thing.
Yeah.
That way it notifies you when we're coming up, It's like,
Yeah.
bam,
Yeah,
dog
you
v
know.
cats.
Yeah, boom, yeah. So, yeah, dogs versus cats. Have you ever
It's
had
a
dogs?
touchy subject. People get, touchy
People-
about this.
People get passionate.
They get passionate. Yeah, some people are cat lovers, some people are dog lovers. I've always been primarily a dog lover because they're adorable and cute, and cats are annoying and bitchy.
Well, it
Sometimes.
depends. I feel like I'm gonna be. This is gonna sound a little controversial. Like,
Whoa,
but,
easy.
Hey, you gotta say it. I gotta say it. I feel like most cat owners don't train their cats, and I think that's why you get all these crazy
Cats.
videos of
The
cats
feral
doing crazy
cats.
things.
You're not gonna play with me? I'm gonna knock this over.
Because I had
Yeah.
a cat, and
Total
I
bitch.
trained the cat.
I'm kidding. No.
Okay, I trained my family. We trained the cat, and guess what? He was one of the most well-behaved cats. Never really made a mess. Never broke things. Never caused issues. He was never feral. He
It's
was never
because
a
you
brat.
spend time with your animals.
Training
You
the
can't.
cat.
You can't go into a dog v cat. Go, we're gonna get a dog or a cat. I don't know who's easier to take care of and more independent. They would say cats because they train themselves and they're relatively more clean. They poop in a thing, that pan. You get the sift for the golden nuggets. Oh, we know about that. But that's not true.
Yeah, they don't
If you're
train
gonna
themselves.
if you're gonna have an animal in your home, spend time with it. Especially if you're considering it a pet instead of like some kind of like a picture you put on the wall. It's like you just have an animal like a goldfish. You got to spend time with your goldfish and they'll react to you too. Don't take it for granted.
Yeah.
I mean, I was watching an episode where they would talk about emotional connection. They will invest time, like cats specifically. Because I was always like, dogs want that affection. Cats don't give a shit about your affection. It's not true. They will connect based on the amount of output you give them or input, whatever. If you connect with them, they will respond to that and bond with you and spend time with you, cuddle with you, scratch, nip, and then go about their business on your
A lot of people
furniture.
also just get pets, and they don't really have the time to invest in a pet. They just want a
Come
pet.
on, you can't do that.
A pet is not a materialistic thing. It's a living, breathing organism that has its own thoughts and emotions and needs care. And if you just a lot of cat owners, they go into the mindset that you were talking about. That's like, the cat are also
What's easier?
They're independent, so I could just as long as they're litter trained, I don't really need to do anything. It's like, no, that's not true. If you let them grow up thinking that they could just run around and jump and do whatever the hell they want, they're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
You have to train them, put the time and energy to put the proper discipline into your cat. And then they become independent. You don't have to worry about them, and you just come home and they're happy, and you're happy, and nothing's broken, and
And it's
everything's
true
clean.
that dogs can be needier and cats can be more independent.
Yeah.
In a nugget, in a headline.
Yeah.
But the thing is, so your dog is they're needy for that affection when you come home because they've been traumatized by you leaving the cave and the pack. And they want you back. That's why they're chewing your slippers, tearing up your couch, pissing and shitting everywhere because they want their pack back.
Yeah,
Like, why are you breaking up the pack to go to work for 8 hours? What's your
Yeah,
problem?
don't
Get
move.
over here and pet me.
Yeah, don't abandon me. Don't make me a
They're
lone
needy.
wolf.
Yeah, don't make me. They don't want to be. They think, am I the lone wolf? Am I getting kicked out of the pack even though I'm in the cave?
Yeah.
Like, and then they get left in a cage sometimes. Come on,
That's
that's the
torture.
same thing as putting a leash on your child. What's wrong with you?
It's torture.
It's torture. Put a leash
And
on your
dogs
child.
do-
Don't have a child if you need to put a leash on your. Listen, I'm not judging. You put a leash on a dog because they don't respond necessarily. They do if you spend time with
train
them.
them,
If you
yeah.
train them. But if you just get a puppy and then you don't leash it, until you've trained it and take it outside, then it's going to run out into it because it doesn't know life. And look at me.
Yeah.
You got to train that to them.
Yeah.
And they're going to run out into the street and get hit by a car. So will cats if you don't,
Yeah.
but they're a little bit more wily.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It frustrates me when I see like,
I
like that they have a dog park.
Yeah.
Why don't they have cat parks?
Well, I don't know.
I love dog parks, by the way.
I don't know.
They're cute. You get to socialize your animals.
Yeah,
It's like
dogs-
going to daycare, but you have to be with them. You can't just leave them there. Okay, imagine if you just came in the dog park. All right, have fun, Sparky. We'll see you. I'll be back at 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would kill you. Dog owners at a dog park, they're a bunch of Karens and Carls or whatever they call
can
it.
be.
They
for
was
sure.
like, can you keep your dog off my dog, please? We're at a dog park. It's what they do. They get on top of each other and they wrestle and play sometimes.
Yeah, and you need to, and like a lot of people don't realize you need if you're gonna have dogs socialize with other dogs, sometimes you need to let them socialize, and they can't speak English like the way you and I can. So the way that they set boundaries for themselves is they have to get a little aggressive sometimes.
Depending on how much time you spend with your dog, and I only saw this on a video, I don't know, the dog whisperer or whatever, where I saw it was like one of those, it could be, anyways, they were saying they have a bank of like 30 words that they can respond to, any basics. So, no, their name, yes, sit, stand, spin. Bleh. So, it's limited communication.
Yeah.
But it depends on how much time you spend with them.
Well, I mean, also, I'm talking
Give
about
them a chance to
I'm
do their
talking about
thing.
dog with dog, like dog with dog behavior. Like they get like there's a lot of people see their interactions with each other, or like there's like dogs, like they'll get that ferocious like snarl,
They
or
communicate with
they'll
facial
bark,
expressions.
But that's just them declaring a boundary. Hey, don't do that. I don't like that. You do it again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to give you the same reaction. Because they can't speak English to each other. So they have to speak.
Face.
They have to speak with those kinds of interactions. They have to show emotion.
And they sniff. They can sniff really well. Like they can smell your pheromones and fear and joy. And they do. That's why they sniff each other's asses.
Yeah.
Because they're taking on sense. They are. What? It's funny.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's funny.
Part of
I don't want
identification.
my dog to. That's how they communicate through sense. Like I'm giving off. So it's like a
It's a part of
reaction, more of a
identifying.
communication.
Yeah.
It's like more of a like you're saying. But like cats kind of do that. They have whiskers.
Mhm.
You know what the whiskers are for? Dogs have whiskers too, to a certain extent. It lets them feel the space around them.
Yeah, it protects their face. Like,
Well, but
oh,
I
about
mean,
that,
yeah,
get
but it
close
lets
to
them
my
feel the
face.
size of a thing. Like you see them squeeze through stuff, and
Yeah.
they're like, it's because the whiskers tells, oh, something's here. Like as they explore spaces. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
They always talk about cats having 9 lives, but because they're so like, flippy or whatever like that. Dogs only have 1 life. That's something to consider.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anytime I think of a pet for my house, I go to a dog first. So I can't choose.
Yeah.
I mean, I can, and I will probably be a cute, adorable pet, but I'm honest with myself. I'm honest with myself and the amount of time I have to spend with someone you're asking to join your pack.
It also depends where you live. Like if you have a house, a dog is more reasonable. If you live in an apartment, you shouldn't get a dog.
I don't know about the shouldn't.
even the little dogs. Like
You did consider the
little,
dog.
Maybe little dogs are more realistic
The
for
toy
an apartment.
dogs.
Sure.
That's another thing.
But like
People
the
are
big
crazy.
dogs, you
Do you know
can't
they
have-
developed that over time to
Yeah.
get a toy dog?
Yeah, but like well, there was the breeding's already over. But like it
Well,
took
it's
them
done.
a long time to breed that dog.
But those are humans doing that. But
Yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead. I'm
yeah.
sorry. I didn't mean to
Yeah.
interrupt.
You can't have a German Shepherd in an apartment
Why not?
because it's big and it needs it has a lot of energy.
fun.
And you need to fucking take it out and it can't grow. It needs
No, I agree.
yeah, it needs a lot of space to run around, roam, and be almost like a wolf because it's close to a wolf. You can't have a dog like that. Like Siberian Huskies are even worse. Those are sled dogs. They're
running the Iditarod.
Yeah, they're bred for
Long
distance, long travel, hard labor. You can't have a Siberian Husky in an apartment. You're stupid.
What about a sub-Siberian Husky? What of like the below the Siberian mark? They're like, more of an equator Husky. I don't know what I'm saying.
All I'm saying is be
Toy
realistic
husky.
with yourself. This is an animal. If you want an animal in your life, you got to consider the animal's life.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't just think about yourself. I want a husky, or
They're
I want a
cute.
Rottweiler because that's cool.
Yeah,
it's
they're
cool.
strong.
Yeah, that's cool. And you live in a 1-bedroom studio apartment. What are you doing?
They're gonna eat you.
The thing is gonna kill you. It's
They're
not
gonna
gonna kill
eat you.
but it's not gonna kill you. But
They'll nibble.
It's gonna destroy your apartment when
They'll
you're
use
gone.
their teeth.
All right,
Yeah.
where are you gonna take it? Well, you ought to think about where you live. If you live in an urban city, what the hell are you gonna do with a big dog in an urban city? Where are you gonna take it? Do you have a dog park nearby? If you do, okay, maybe you could possibly have
If
a
you
bigger
work
dog.
from home, maybe.
Maybe. But come on. You gotta be realistic.
But it's the same thing with the cats, though. I mean,
I
not.
was gonna say cats for apartments are more realistic. Why? Because cats are smaller. Cats also are known for sleeping for like 13 hours a day, you know? They're more suitable for apartment living.
Yeah, and they'll kill your bugs and rodents if you
It's
have
true.
that problem.
They do. They
Dogs-
chase them out.
Dogs will too, but they'll play with it and leave it and probably won't kill it.
Yeah, they probably won't kill it.
Cats will kill
Won't
it.
make fun.
They're hunters and huntresses.
Even just your cat just living in your apartment keeps a lot of those rodents away.
You want a living object to admire from afar and not care for it? Get a goldfish, but still, it's gonna die on you if you don't care for it. Take time with it.
That's true.
You gotta adjust the pH levels of the water. You gotta be like a freaking Bill Nye to have a fish. Like you gotta think about it if you really want the fish to live. You gotta think about the food, the pH levels. Get a snake. But then you still have to find other living dead animals to feed it.
Yep.
Well, they have to be alive, don't they? Or they eat dead animals?
Sometimes, I think most of the
I
time,
hear people
if
that
you
they-
have a snake, you got to give it a live mouse.
Yeah.
Most of the
You
time.
have to go buy other live creatures to feed your animal.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it.
No, it's true. Come on.
People have
gotta think
iguanas
about
and
it.
reptiles. I don't want a reptile shedding its skin. I'm not running a friggin' science experiment in my house. I don't want. It's like, you got to
zoo.
put them in sun. It's like a zoo.
Reptilian zoo.
Come on.
But yeah. Like cats, like here's the thing. I used to be more of a dog person when I was younger, but that's because I never had a cat before. When I started to have cats,
Not respect.
I built up my respect for these cats because I was like, wow, like when you train them right, they're just like dogs, but they're a little more aloof. Meaning, like they like people always say, they like to be a little more independent. Dogs are always begging for attention, right? While cats are kind of like they want attention when they want it.
I'll
when they
tell
don't
you
want
when
it.
I'm going to come over to your lap. Don't
Yeah.
call me to your lap.
Yeah, but
All right?
But you can train them not to scratch you. You can train them not to
Yeah.
bite. You can train them not to jump around and act stupid.
They know
And
more.
when
They know more words. I think that's what this like.
Yeah,
This
cats
like,
technically are smarter than dogs. Technically, okay. Technically speaking, all right. I know the dog
depends on how
owners
much
are real
time you
upset.
spend with the dogs and cats.
That too, all right. But like when I had my cat, and how well trained he was. Like if he didn't like something, he would stop. There was times where like he would do something wrong and I'd catch him, and like because I've put him in timeout before, he would put himself in timeout. Like I would catch him on the table, on the dining room table. I'm like, hey, he'd jump down and then he'd walk over. And he kind of like rubs against the wall, like,
sorry.
please, I'm sorry. But then he goes into the bathroom by himself. He gets on top of the toilet. He's like, I know, you're going to put me in timeout.
Is that his timeout on top of the toilet?
But I leave him in the bathroom because that's where his litter box is.
Yeah.
So I leave him in the
Go,
bathroom for like
go
10
sniff your
minutes.
poop and smell what you've done.
No, I put him in for timeout for like 10 minutes. Close the door.
What about the training the cats to pee in the toilet? Can't get a dog to do that.
You can't-
Well,
you
you
can't.
probably could.
You can't, but it's hard to train a cat to do it too, right? Like my girl cat.
I think it's stupid.
My girl cat, we tried to teach them to pee in the toilet. The girl
Stupid.
cat was getting it. She was getting good at it. But the boy cat could not pick it up. He was not able to do it. And he knew because this is how smart they are. He would get in trouble. He knew he would get in trouble every time he didn't pee or poop in the toilet. But he didn't like trying to pee or poop in the toilet, so he would pee or poop right next to the toilet. And then the second
You're getting an animal to like hover over a pool of water that actually don't like water to stay in it, right? To put the defecation and urination in it, and it's the width of a butt, of a human body. And you want to get them to hover over a pit of water, and there's a hole there. They don't know where that hole
Well,
goes.
they can get good at it. They can do it.
I'm sure they could.
Not all of them can do it. The boy, like my boy,
I've seen
couldn't do it.
Cats walk tight ropes.
And
I know they can do it.
He would get so you would know every time he went to the bathroom, because he would go into the bathroom, he would relieve himself, and he'd sprint out of the bathroom because he knew he did something wrong. This is how smart he was. And so I would be like, he just sprinted out of the bathroom.
Who did that?
That means he went into the bathroom and he peed and pooped next to the toilet again. Yup, I see it. Now I gotta go find him. And he would always go to the same spot. He'd be on that chair in the living room that we let him sit on.
What
and
did I do?
And he would just be like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like I would come over to him and
I'm cute. Look at my fur.
He'd start like rubbing
Fucking
against it
pussies.
and like acting cute. He's like, please, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know. I did something bad. And I'd pick him up and I'd be like, you're a bad boy. And then I'd put him in timeout again. And
Pussies and puppies.
but because of that, because we knew he couldn't get it, we went back to the litter box because it was torture for him and it was torture for us having to always clean it. So he was like, listen, buddy, here's the litter box. He was the happiest cat ever since. He was like,
I don't know about
thank
that.
God.
Happy to you because you were the owner and he was pleasing you, but it was probably traumatized from having to hover over a pit of water.
No, he was fine. He was fine. He was happy and he was super happy. He got back to the litter box and he was like, thank God I'm on the litter box. I don't have to worry about it. And then, like, they really are, like, cats as an apartment pet really are great. Because you come home and like, when they're fully trained, you come home, everything's good.
Yeah.
And they greet you and, like,
But
they're
it
nice with you.
requires time.
Yeah, it
and,
takes time.
And
You got to put the discipline in them. Yeah. Like, I was eating dinner and, like, he would come on my lap and, like, sit on my lap while I was eating dinner, He was just having a good time.
Did he bring you dead things?
No, because he was an indoor cat, and we didn't let him go outside.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we brought him outside on a leash, but he didn't really like going outside.
Oh, you leashed a cat?
Yeah.
That's unusual. You don't hear that a lot.
Yeah, you could do. They recommend it if your cat
It's mostly
is
indoor.
an indoor cat and you want to try and bring him outdoor. They said you should leash it because they're gonna get scared and they're probably gonna climb a tree and you don't want to deal with that. So. And that's pretty much what happened. Every time we tried to take him outside, he would be very scared. Like, he would be really low to the ground, and he was like, what the
hell is this planet? Where'd you take me? A different realm?
It also didn't help that there was cars whizzing by. So he was like, he's like,
what are those
fuck
things
is going on? I've never been so close to these things.
I always thought cat videos were a lot of fun because they're so inquisitive. And the way they react quick, it's really funny to watch.
Yeah.
Like, puppy things are fun too, but cats usually have like an interesting way with reacting to their environment that is really funny and usually comical to the human eye. Yeah. Like, they're probably exhibiting fear, the whole arching the back and the hair going. Like, I think it's funny. I shouldn't be a pet owner. What am I talking about? I like to see them in stress and how they handle it. That's not true.
No, but it's nice.
I love the idea of pet, and I know the kind of care and time and commitment it takes to get them to do the things that you want them to do. But then I know I'm forcing an animal to do something I want. Like, I own you. You do what I want, and it's just weird. You have to come to terms with that. Like, it's a symbiotic relationship that you have to share, and you have to have some empathy. And they react to empathy. They know when you're being nice, kind, or whatever,
Yeah, they know.
What about these people who own pigs? So I don't want to get into that. Jesus.
I don't want to talk about that. That's fucking ridiculous.
Hey!
Pigs and...
They're supposed to be really smart, too.
Yeah,
but they're mostly food. I would never, ever think of eating a dog or a cat. No. Never!
Well...
A pig? Pork? Yes. I had bacon this morning.
There was these people that I think they were a zoo or a farm, and they owned this pig who, like, was born without his back legs. So he had like one of those like wheel things that they put on.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. It's not, but yet it is.
When he was like running around and stuff, and they named him Chris P. Bacon.
Horrible.
It was a horrible name. I was like, why would you do
Crispy
that?
bacon?
Like, this animal suffered enough.
You're talking to them as if they're a food, even in a joking, ironic way. It's bullshit. That's why I couldn't have a pig. I think pigs are adorable, but
I eat too much of them.
If it came down to it, zombie apocalypse or something, you're eating the pig. You're not going to eat your dog or cat.
Yeah, you're going to use it.
You might eat your fish. You'll eat your fish. I'll eat my parrot. It's chicken.
But you wouldn't eat the dog or cat. It's true, because you would keep the cat to get rid of any
Yes,
rodents or
they'd
pests
sniff
in
it
your
out.
living quarters, and you use the
Yes.
dogs for hunting.
And companionship.
Well, and guard and protection too. And they also they will tell you when there's other
Guard
predators
dogs.
around.
Yeah, they know when to bark and do it.
Yeah.
Cats will too. They'll be like, they'll protect you from ghosts. Cats and puppies can see ghosts.
Yeah, the ancient Egyptians believed that cats kept evil spirits away.
What?
Yep.
They say that they could see because of their sensory is more divine, like not just 10 times stronger and better than ours, the humans, but beyond, like 80%, 60% better, 60 times, 80 times.
Yeah. So
Google them.
yeah,
I'm telling you.
if it's dogs versus
It's not a
cats,
documentary.
I want both. I can't. I used to be more of a dog guy, but now
too.
that I've had cats, now that I've
still
been
more of a
part
dog
the
guy.
process of training cats and living with them, and
You have
seeing
experience.
how I have experience with them. I'm like, you know what, cats are just as cool and useful and fun to have as dogs. You just got to know how to have them.
But they don't have ears and paws like a dog, and they're so cute when they're puppies. Come on, a golden retriever versus a calico, or whatever. What kind of
Calico
cats?
kitten.
Calico.
Kittens are cute. Come on.
Kittens are cute. All baby animals are cute,
Yeah. Yeah. Come on.
except for birds. That's horrific. That looks scary. The
Well,
wet
when they're freshly
feathers,
born out of the egg, it's not pretty. You gotta wait a little bit, just like a fresh
Chirping
newborn
chicks,
baby out
I
of the
guess.
belly.
No, doesn't look cute.
Yeah, it doesn't look that cute. So it's a little
That's true.
horrific at the first.
If it's dog v cats, I'm going with dogs, I think. But I love cats. I do. I have mad respect.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I mean, if I had to make a choice, don't make me choose. If it was like
don't-
Sophie's choice, I could choose dog, cat. What is it? Gun to your head.
Yeah. I'm not picking one. I'm picking both. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be controversial, and maybe everybody's gonna be like, "You can't do that." I
Well, it's
don't care.
controversial
Yeah.
to pick both.
Yeah,
I think it's weak.
yeah. No, it's not. It's not
I'm
weak.
kidding. I'll show you.
Strong.
It's strong. I choose both because I can handle both. I am strong man.
Yeah.
Dog and cat.
Yeah.
It's dog eat
Dog-
cat. if you're
Dog will
Spanish.
get me bunny for dinner. Cat will take rat out of house.
You got your cave planned out for you.
Yeah.
You just got to train them both.
Yeah.
Separately, not at the same time, right? Dog and cat at the same time. You'd probably be best to
I mean, maybe
Would you
one
grow
day,
them up
you'll
together?
be skilled enough and you can do it. I mean,
train them both.
you remember Billy? All right?
Yeah, Billy Dunsworth.
Well, I'm not gonna give
Billy,
his,
what are you
his
talking
full name out, but Billy. I'm gonna call him Billy. You know who Billy is? He's got birds and dogs and stuff, and he trains them all at the
yeah.
same time.
Because he has nothing but time to train them.
Well, he's good at it too.
Yeah, he's good at it. He has a sense.
He was
Oh,
using,
Billy boy.
He was using the birds for hunting and
Primarily-
the dogs for hunting.
Yeah.
They would work together. The dog would point out the the dog. He would have a hunting hound, and would point out the rabbit, and then the hawk, the falcon, would fly down, grab the rabbit.
It's a regular, Animal Channel kind of thing.
Yeah, the
You know,
dog.
this-
He trained the
you
dog
have to
signal
commit
the falcon, and
to-
the falcon would listen to the signal of the dog, and the falcon would then get the prey. Like that's
communion.
That's hard.
But
training.
you have to decide, I'm spending more time on that than with humans, and you've got to really negotiate that equation. Who are you spending more time with? What is the purpose of you spending more time with them, training the animals and stuff? It's a sacrifice. He understood that sacrifice.
Yeah, I mean,
And then you get better and better. It becomes easier and easier.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I think we covered it.
Dogs v cats.
Dogs
That's
v
interesting. I feel like I could talk more about it. But I think we did it, though. I think we covered it.
Yeah, I think
It's
we covered
good. That was a good discussion. I like that.
it. You made
I
it.
hope you liked it, too. We do. We hope you enjoyed it. Obviously, that's why we do this.
Yeah,
If you didn't, leave a comment. Tell us why. Don't just take off.
yeah. Feedback.
Ding a bell. Subscribe.
If you liked it, yeah, subscribe, like, all that stuff. But yeah, I've been Mysterious De Lamicius.
I've been Joshua Callahan.
We've been the Gentlemen Sit Down. We hope you have a great week and catch you next week. Peace.
Peace.